Favorite exercise and drills to activate your glutes.
Activate your glutes. All right.
Like, like the episode we got coming up.
Yeah, we did. Okay, so unless you have, if you're a normal person, average person, you don't have trouble connecting to your glutes or feeling your glutes, the best exercises are the ones that everybody talks about, right? Barbell squats, deadlifts, Romanian deadlifts. Those are phenomenal butt building exercises. Lunges, those are good too. Now, if you have issues connecting to your glutes or you're quad dominant, like you do squats and your quads respond, but your glutes don't respond so much, then hip thrusts are phenomenal because they really do help people activate, connect to, and stimulate their glutes for muscle growth. So I would say for this person asking, it sounds to me like you may have issues getting your glutes to respond. You may be quad dominant in that sense. Then I would say hip thrusts. Hip thrusts are the best for that.
So I would answer that as if this question was more, what's the best exercise if I have a hard time feeling it? But if you're asking for the best drills, I think of priming stuff, right? So what comes to mind for me is, which by the way is in the same vein as what you're saying, which is I would say a floor bridge. I think one of the an isometric hold at the top in a floor bridge is one of the best ways to teach a client how to activate and feel their glutes. And so I would do, say, 5 of those, right? 5 isometric holds at the top.
How long do you have them hold it for at the top?
5 seconds.
Just squeeze it hard.
Yeah, squeeze it real hard for 5 seconds. Let it come all the way down, back up, hold 5 seconds, intensify, back down 5 times.
As intense as you can make it.
That's right. Real intense. Squeezing it as hard as you can. I mean, if they do a good job of that, sometimes people actually get sore just from that.
Yeah.
So if you do a good job as a coach and trainer, you cue that, you get them to feel that, and then they go into a more traditional movement that is primarily for your glutes, but they have a hard time feeling it, like let's say, deadlifts or squats or something like that. So that would be my go-to move.
And what it does is it's not like activating fibers differently or anything like that. Really what it does is it just allows you to connect and feel what the glutes should feel like when they're activated. So then what it does is it ever so subtly encourages a change in your form and technique. So then you can move in the squat in a way that, there's my glutes. I can feel them now. Now the squats are hitting the areas that I want.
You gave a great example in the upcoming Brett Contreras interview that we did, which is like, it's just like when you had a client and you couldn't get them to retract their shoulders to squeeze their mid back, and you put your finger in their back. I mean, you putting your finger on their mid back doesn't activate any fibers. No. It wasn't that their back wasn't firing or anything like that. You gave them some sort of
physical feedback.
Yeah, feedback. So they understand, they make a better connection of like, that's what it should feel like. That's basically what you're doing with that floor bridge, is you're squeezing that glute at the top of the hip extension, and you're like, that's because those exercises, deadlifts and squats, is a hip extension, right? So that's what that movement is. You're just showing them like, this is how you should feel that at the end of the hips, and then just helps that client make a better connection.
Yeah, one more thing to add, if this is a weak body part for you, and this is true for anybody who has a body part that's lagging, start your workouts out with focusing on that body part. It makes such a big difference. So much of the adaptation goes to the exercises you start your workout with versus the ones you end with, that if this is a body part of focus for you, your leg workouts should start with glute focus. Your full body workouts should start with glute focus and then move on to the rest.
Or the pencil test.